Welcome to Nate's Take, everybody. Today we're going to talk about how to get testimonials and a template or a system that I follow that helps me get really, really good testimonials. All right, so I'm going to share my secret and then I'll explain kind of the nuts and bolts of why it works. So I always ask for 5 different things in a testimonial. I'll say, first, tell me your name, then tell me your business or what you do, and then tell me a before and after. So if it's a testimonial about a person, I'd say, okay, before working with that person, what was your experience? And now that you've worked with them, what's been the change? You know, how have you grown or developed? What was this transformation that you experienced? Okay, so that's the before and after. And then the 5th thing is, can you give that person an endorsement? Or if it's an event, it's like a before the event, before coming to the event, where were you stuck? After the event, or now that you've been here, what's been this experience or transformation? And then an endorsement or a recommendation for others to come to that event. All right, so let's talk about the first things. Why do I have people give their name and tell me what they do? Well, for some reason, people are hesitant to give testimonials, but they know their name really well, and they're used to answering that question, what do you do? So it just breaks the ice. It gets them talking and speaking, whereas if I had them start with the before and after, there's just a lot of hesitation. They're like, they want to think about it more, but if I just have them start with their name and what they do or their business, it gets them speaking. I never use 1 and 2 in the video. I mean, if I'm making a marketing video for somebody and they've got a dozen people that have given them a testimonial, why would I crowd out that 3 minutes with people saying, hey, I'm John and I do this. Hey, I'm Mary and I do this. You know, obviously those things you do not want to put in your marketing videos. All right, so 3 and 4, when we're talking about the before and after, there's several ways that you could ask that question, but I've had great results with that because it really gets people to think about, to say good things about that person by thinking about that transformation or thinking about it in terms of how has this person made me better or helped me in some way, instead of just thinking about, yeah, it was fun or yeah, it was cool. They think a little bit deeper. All right, so let me show you a couple of the great examples that we get by asking those questions.
I actually was trying to figure out where I'm heading and if I'm trying to bite off more than I can chew.
While I was here, I realized that my dreams are a lot bigger than that. I want to influence a lot more people, I want to make more of a difference, and I want to do this full time.
As I went through this, there were several aha moments, and one of them was that you don't have to be stuck in what you're doing.
Okay, so let's talk about that last point. Number 5, the endorsement or the recommendation to either work with a person or to attend their event. That's obviously, it's good for people to hear those things in a testimonial, but it's also really fun what you can do, because let's say you have a dozen people and you ask that same question, or let's say it's an event. You've got a dozen people at the event recommending, you've got to come try this, you've got to come have this experience, you've got to come here, you should do it, don't hesitate. At the end of the video, you can take that part of each person's testimonial and string it together, and it just comes out really, really well. So let me show you an example of that.
This is an amazing retreat and would be a great opportunity for anybody who's just trying to get their hands wrapped around it.
Even if you're not quite sure what you want to do, take the first step, get started.
I highly recommend coming to this retreat.
Come give your business a chance, and you owe it to yourself to come. And
if there is any hesitation at all, just jump. I promise you it will not be in vain.
You just gotta come. You gotta experience it.
I very seldom ever do this, so Kim, this one's for you.
You can't go wrong with Entrepreneur Simplified.
When you get great testimonials like that, you can do a lot with it to really create a great marketing video. And I recommend mixing it up, where you take parts of testimonials and put them together that are similar, and creating a story with those testimonials. Now, the question you might be asking is, how do we get great testimonials like that? Well, putting on an event is the very best way. A lot of times I'm invited out to the 3rd day of someone's 3-day retreat, or to the end of the day of a 1-day boot camp or something like that. The reason I go at the end is because the people have had a chance to experience that person or that event. They're going to be more forthcoming. They're going to be a lot easier for them to think of things because they've had that experience. Okay, obviously. It would be awkward to ask for testimonials at the very beginning. People are like, oh, I don't know yet. Doing that helps people be a lot more comfortable and willing to give testimonials as well. Now, if you're not putting on events of your own, then perhaps you can go to someone else's event that many of your clients will be attending. That might be an easy way of getting them all together at one place that you could film lots of testimonials together. And you may be thinking, well, do I take my lighting? Do I take my camera? Okay, I certainly do, but don't stress about that. You've got a wonderful camera in your pocket, and so if you're at an event with somebody, you've got several of your clients there, just pull them aside, go somewhere where there's good lighting, and get a testimonial on your phone. Having good testimonials is so worth it that I would recommend putting on an event that's just break even or even a loss so that you can get testimonials. Just put on an event where you're going to give away tons and tons of free value to get some of your best clients there, your raving fans, and say, in exchange for me just letting you come for free, would you be willing to give me a testimonial? Who wouldn't want to do that? So I know I've given you a lot of wisdom, but I've got 2 more things to share about how to get amazing testimonials. First of all, let people know that it's okay if they make mistakes, because the mistakes will be edited right out. So they can repeat something, they can say it over. If they say something weird, we'll just cut it all out and it doesn't matter. And then lastly, don't use scripts. Okay, so if people want to write out their testimonials and then they're going to read it, or even no teleprompters for testimonials, no looking at notes, you want them to stutter, just like I stuttered now. You want them to stutter. You want them to pause and reflect on what they're going to say, because it comes across that much more genuine and authentic. Occasionally, I'll work with somebody who wants to use something prepared. And in those cases, I compromise, okay? I'll let them do it their way first, and then I'll do it my way second. And usually we'll probably not even use that first part, but it gets them comfortable on camera, they feel satisfied, and then you can get the good stuff at the end. So hopefully you found that helpful. Testimonials make some of the best A-roll for marketing videos that you can get out there. It's better than any type of presentation that you can write. It's better than a speech you can give. Testimonials are awesome. Don't forget to subscribe and watch a lot more of my helpful videos.